Hey, sweet faces, you ready for chapter 18? Let's go. Ernesto de la Cruz rolled up his sleeves and, in true movie hero fashion, jumped into the pool. He lifted a coughing Miguel to the edge. "Are you all right, Niño?" Ernesto asked. Miguel looked up, mortified. The paint on his face began to run, and everyone saw he was a living boy. Ernesto's eyes widened. The crowd gasped and murmured. "It's you," said Ernesto. "You are that boy, the one who came from the land of the living. You know about me?" stammered Miguel. "You are all anyone has been talking about. Why have you come here?" "I'm Miguel, your great-great-grandson." The crowd murmured some more. Ernesto leaned back, shocked. "I have a great-great-grandson?" "I need your blessing so I can go back home and be a musician just like you," Miguel said. "The rest of our family, they wouldn't listen, but I hoped you would." There was a long pause. "My boy, with a talent like yours, how could I not listen?" Ernesto de la Cruz embraced Miguel and then swept him up onto his shoulders, showing him off to the room. "I have a great-great-grandson!" The crowd roared with applause. Meanwhile, at the bottom of the hill, the silhouette of Frida Kahlo stepped up to the security guard. "Honey, look, it's Frida!" someone yelled. "Yes, it is, Frida Kahlo," said the figure. The security guard immediately stood back and gestured her onto the cable car. "It is an honor, Senora," the security guard exclaimed as she stepped on. The doors closed behind her. The artist adjusted her wig. "I know," said Hector, heading up to Ernesto's mansion. Miguel, forgetting the time, chatted away with Ernesto and his guests. He relished the attention as the legendary singer barged into several party conversations, proudly introducing Miguel with giddy enthusiasm. The guests enjoyed watching Dante mingle, too. In the main hall of the mansion, Miguel and Ernesto sat back on a lush sofa and enjoyed film clip after clip. Miguel couldn't tear his eyes away when one of his favorite films came on. In the film, the villainous character of Don Hidalgo raised 2 glasses to his peasant friend, played by Ernesto. Miguel stood and acted out the scene as it played behind him. "I would move heaven and earth for you, mi amigo. Salud," Miguel said, gesturing along with the villain. Ernesto looked on with delight. On the screen, Don Hidalgo and Ernesto's character each took a drink. Suddenly, the peasant spit out the drink. "Poison!" Ernesto howled from the screen at the same time as Miguel. Miguel and his great-great-grandfather watched the ensuing fistfight between the 2 characters. "You know, I did all my own stunts," Ernesto told Miguel. Miguel's eyes widened with amazement. Later, Ernesto showed Miguel his ofrenda room, which was filled with gifts from the living. "All of this came from my amazing fans in the land of the living. They leave me more offerings than I know what to do with," Ernesto said. Miguel gazed around the room. Piled high were colorful beads, bottles of tequila, flowers, instruments, and sombreros. Miguel thought about his family's ofrenda and the picture of Mama Coco when she was a baby. She grew up only knowing her father by a torn picture on the altar. He wondered if this would happen to him too, if he chose music over his family's plan. Would his photo be ripped too? Would it be worth it? Ernesto knelt and looked into Miguel's eyes. "Hey, what's wrong? Is it too much? You look overwhelmed." "No, it's all great," said Miguel. "But," Ernesto asked. Miguel gazed again at the massive piles of offerings. "It's just, I've been looking up to you my whole life. You're the guy who actually did it. But," Miguel paused, "did you ever regret it? Choosing music over everything else?" Ernesto sighed. It was hard, saying goodbye to Santa Cecilia, heading off on my own, leaving your family? Si, but I could not have done it differently, Ernesto said. One cannot deny who one is meant to be, and you, my great-great-grandson, are meant to be a musician. For the first time in his life, Miguel felt that someone understood his dream. You and I, we are artists, Miguel, said Ernesto. We cannot belong to one family. The world is our family. He gestured dramatically to the sparkling city beyond his hilltop hacienda. Suddenly, fireworks boomed and lit up the night sky. What's going to happen next? All right, sweetie faces. I love you. I miss you. Good night.